Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a personal reading for someone who wanted to know about their near future with love and family and children. They kind of want the works, like a general reading. Also, they're in a really difficult time right now, and so they're wanting to know what the way through is. So let's go ahead and get into this. I'm really excited for this reading. So your current energy. It's kind of funny. It's like talking about how you're just like taking a chance and reaching out to me. That's funny. I've never like had a message about myself come up in someone's current energy, but maybe it's a big deal for you to be doing this. Maybe this is something you haven't done before, or if you have done it before, maybe there's something really special that's going to come through in this reading. Like this is like a divine appointment. Maybe we knew each other in a past life. You never know. Sometimes I feel that way with some people that I meet. I'm seeing this unconditional love card. Like, I don't know, you really strike me as just a very open-hearted person. You're definitely, most obviously, an empath. And I feel like you're just a really sweet person. They're saying that you're the kind of person who loves people no matter what. And you don't judge people based on their outward appearances, and you're very blessed in life because of that, because you've already learned this lesson. You've already learned the lesson about judgment, and man, I feel like I'm still learning that lesson. I always find myself making these judgments and having to release them constantly, and I feel like with you, it's like a different level that you're on when it comes to that, because we're all like on our own levels when it comes to consciousness. We're all very unique, all going through our own individually tailored lessons, and I see that this is something you've gained in life, and like, I don't know, I feel like this has something to do with the rest of the reading, which is really interesting. So that's your current energy. You're very open right now. But also, I feel like you don't just become this way for no reason. Some of the most amazing people I know have the craziest stories. You know, like, life has a way of kind of teaching you lessons and opening you up. And some of the most amazing, wisest, strongest people I know are people who have had to really pull up their inner strength and, to make it through some difficult obstacles in life, and I feel like that's what you've had to do. So what is the energy coming in for you? I'm just laughing because I just got back from the creek and I was doing readings for the daily readings, and I was talking about how this is the theme for this week. So I'm going to read this, and anyone else who's watching this reading, this is such a huge message right now, and I found myself drawing this card a lot this time last year. And I've been working with these cards long enough now to start realizing these patterns and to start like understanding these cycles. And we're very, very much attuned to the wheel of the year. We're heading from fall into winter, and it's a time of death. And then spring's a time of rebirth. It's kind of typical, but yeah, this is what we're going through. Like the whole planet, like nothing's immune. I know some of us in other parts of the world are going through different cycles and seasons too, but it's still like an energy, like a universal energy we're talking about here. So this is a really cool card, like a really cool concept. This is like a message from Kali. It says, I sing praises to those whose hearts accept the universal order, which only appears to be chaotic and ever-changing. In actuality, everything is designed down to the smallest detail, to be in perfect operation. The dance of the universe is a happy one, with energy swirling and twirling in a never-ending celebration of life itself. Join this dance, dear one, and enjoy the remarkable journey of the weavings of the story of your life. Do not fear what appears to be a change or a loss. It's only the transitioning orbit of energy, interplaying with you and your loved ones. Embrace it as evidence that you're alive. Embrace your deepest emotions as a signal of your true human essence. Oh my gosh, you know, it reminds me, earlier today, I was like changing the toys in my bird's cage because birds go crazy if you don't like rotate their toys. They always need something fresh and new. They totally have ADHD. That's why me and birds can hang and be chill. We're totally on the same vibe. They need distractions. They need to be kept busy. They need to always be doing something like moving or talking or shaking the camera, right? But, the point I'm making is I was changing her toys, and what I was realizing was that sometimes when I take the toys away, she freaks out because she thinks that I'm like taking something from her and I'm not going to give it back. But I'm at this point with her where every time I take a toy, I put a new one in its place, and she loves that. And at this point now, she's starting to expect the new toy, and she doesn't really care so much when I'm taking her toys away, because I'm just trying to rotate them to keep it fresh for her so she doesn't get bored. You know, maybe it's about balance and moderation here. And so I just was realizing that's a huge metaphor for like the universe. All of a sudden I just had this huge download and was just like, this is totally a metaphor for my life. Like sometimes the universe takes stuff from you and it's like really scary, and you're like looking around and like wondering like what's coming, like are you going to give it back, like why did you do this? But then the universe is going to give you something else better that's going to fit you more and like help you balance, or like be more on like your level and more in alignment for you. It's all about energy we're talking about here, and energy can't be destroyed. You know, it basically, it always is replaced. And so if something's leaving your life, then something's going to come in here. And so they're saying that, guess what's coming? Something you've been trying to manifest. Now, you might say, like, I haven't been trying to manifest anything. Well, guess what? Every time you daydream, every time you think, every time you wish, every time you hope, every time you fantasize, that's like a message going out to the universe. You're telling the universe what you want. Somehow it can read our desires. The universe mirrors to us like what we are and what we want, and like what our vibration is. And so it's all energy, like I'm talking about here. So it's like you've been heard and the universe wants to bring you something, and so it's taking something away. And that's what this is all about. Of course you're freaking out because it's a lot of shift and you're going to experience these tense emotions, but it's just part of the cycle. So maybe that'll help you find peace, to realize that there's a rhyme or a reason, that there's a pattern to this whole thing. So what is the energy leaving the situation? I think you are having trouble with money because there's like this new career that you're supposed to be flowing into. And I feel like you're going to be starting that on the other side of this. There's going to be some opportunities. But right now it's like money's really tight. But they're saying that that energy is leaving. So don't worry, like things are going to improve with your money and your finances. So what's going on with your love life? I don't really do the whole future reading thing because the future is all up to you and the decisions that you make. Like you're in control of your future. Like nothing's set in stone. But I can read into your current energy, and that sometimes gives me clues onto like what's next. And so that's why I'm more about like what energy is coming in versus like your future. You know what I'm saying? So what energy is coming into your love life? Look at this! Okay, so you got the Joy card. So something's gonna happen here, all right? Your household situation is improving, either through a move or a healthy change in the occupants. Good to know. So this is what you're dreaming of, and this is going to come to be. Your energy is really in alignment with this, but the question is, you have this particular person on your mind, and you're wondering, is this person is this person meant for me? You know what I mean? Like, is something going to develop here? So let's pull a card for that. Transformation. For some reason, they don't want to reveal that information to you. This happens sometimes. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know the answer when I don't. Sometimes the answer is there's a bigger picture here than you can understand. They're saying you're experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great... Sorry. It's like a tongue twister. Brings great blessings. I need to do some speech classes if I'm going to keep doing this. Anyways... So I guess what I'm feeling here for this person that you were asking about is this person is a blessing in your life, and you're just going to have to see where it takes you. Sometimes if the universe told you the whole story of how things were going to go down, maybe there's a lesson in it for you that, like, if you knew that information, it would mess it up. There's certain things you're supposed to know, certain things you're not supposed to know. My cards don't lie, but some things they won't tell me, and I respect that. So... the next thing is marriage. You're just wondering like what the future energies have in store for marriage. And I actually am kind of gathering this energy of this very charismatic male in your future, someone very artistic, and perhaps someone musical, or someone who likes to tell jokes, lots of laughter. And so that's something I'm picking up on. There's definitely a marriage because, I mean, look, we got the joy card and the fact that you're like moving in with someone. So I feel like that's hinting at marriage here. So that's some good news. Children. You know, I actually had a psychic tell me that I was going to have one child, a girl, and I believe her. I kind of feel that energy for myself. It's kind of harder for me to read for myself, which is why I hit up friends and I trade readings. So if anyone out there is like a psychic as well and you have a channel, like link me to it, and maybe we can see if our energies resonate so we can do a trade. I love doing readings for myself, and I could use one right now. But yeah, what I'm seeing is that there's a lot of energy coming in here with the marriage, and when I do readings for myself, sometimes I can kind of feel like this energy like coming on, and it's like, it's hard to like explain this feeling, but it's like this warmness, and I'm kind of feeling this around you right now, like this heat. And I think that the child you're gonna have, it's like definitely a product, obviously, of this love and of this person, like this laughter, this passion. And what I'm seeing here with this kid is that it's something you're gonna want to manifest. It's something that you've been asking for a while. Like you want to have these children. I think it's actually more than just one child. But yeah, I was told I was gonna have one child actually, and I resonate with that. And I'm actually feeling for you, it's gonna be a couple children. So I think that's interesting. I don't always like. Sometimes I can't read into that with certain people, but with you, like, I feel it because I think it's close. And, I think that they're saying you're a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. So I think that everything that you asked for in this reading, it's kind of silly, but I'm just like, yep, the answer is yes. You were like wondering, marriage, family, kids, yes, yes, yes. They're just confirming it. It's funny, like the things that you want, like the universe is listening to that. Remember, it's gonna mirror back to you. We talked about manifestation a little bit at the beginning of this reading. It's gonna mirror back to your desires. It's gonna mirror back to what you are. But the problem is some people start believing that they can't have what they want. They start disconnecting from their intuition and from their worthiness and from their passions, and you can get a little lost in life sometimes and start blocking your blessings. I did that for the longest time, and I don't feel like that's what you're doing here. I don't feel like this cycle in your life right now. I don't feel like you're off the path or anything. I feel like, you know, you're exactly where you're supposed to be right now. And we're getting into the situation that we're talking about here. The situation where you're saying that things have just been really hard right now. And how funny is it that I draw this snake card, the outer card, because it's talking about this horrible pit of snakes. Usually involves some type of, like, it can financial troubles, or it can be like issues with people, like toxic relationships, and or toxic work environment, a very stressful or demanding job, maybe all of those things. And it's talking about how you do have the ability to, like, become a leader and pull up your inner strength and, like, slither out of this. It's like an omen that this is something your energy is moving you out of this. Remember? Endings and beginnings. So the new beginning is probably going to be you being able to get out of this situation. So they're saying, as you move through this situation, you need to find peace right now. You need to really nurture yourself, and sometimes when you're stressed out, it's really easy to lose track of your self-care and start self-sabotaging and just, like, eating chocolate all the time and ice cream and, like, a bunch of processed food, and, like, I'm getting that energy. Hey, it takes one to know one. Like, I talk all the time on here about how I'm not perfect, and, like, the only reason I know all this healing stuff is because it's what I've been working on in my life lately, because I don't know, I just got to this point where something had to give, and it's been really fun, like, doing this personal growth. I've seen how as within, so without. Like, when you do this inner work on yourself, your outer reality mirrors, and you attract, like, your desires towards you. You attract your abundance towards you. You basically make room for your new beginning, you know, letting go of that old growth. And they're saying you need to have peace because you're letting go of a lot right now. It's really tough for you with all this shift, and you need to just eat really healthy food, drink lots of water, and nurture your inner child. So do things that are fun. Don't forget that, like, you have an inner child inside of you that needs laughter and sunshine and play. So literally mother yourself right now and nurture yourself as if you were a child. Like, make sure you're getting enough sunshine, enough air, enough water, enough rest. Draw boundaries and say no to people if you need some space, because this is what you need, because you need to make sure that you have your focus and your inner strength so you can slither your way out of this mess. So, what's the next step? How can you actually make it through this situation? And you know what? They're saying they want you to have respect for your path and how far you've made it. And you actually have a lot of tools and knowledge and resources because of all the other crap you made it through in your life. And just know, this is a sign that you're coming out of the woods. Like, this is it. Like, the journey is going to be over soon. This is the ending, you know. It's going to be time for a new beginning. And so they're saying it's time to start delegating. You're going to have to make a decision. And I talked about this on the channel a couple days ago. You know, the universe doesn't care what decision you make or what step you take. It's more about the intention and the energy and the momentum behind it. So I'm going to repeat that. The universe doesn't care what type of step you take. It just cares more about the energy and the intention and the momentum that goes behind it. So that means that you don't have to obsess and worry about making the right choice or the wrong choice. What matters is that you make a choice, that you do something, that you move forward, create some energy. So they're saying, ask for help instead of trying to do everything by yourself right now to make it through this time. So how can you find hope through this difficult situation? And they're saying that, guess what? There's actually a lot of opportunities on your horizon and your manifestations are coming. It's like you're pulling up the root behind. This is like the root. And once you make it past this, you're making room for so much beauty to come into your life. And they're saying you're actually not going to be so sensitive anymore once you get through this, because this is a lot of life experience you're gaining through this. And you're going to have smoother sailing ahead, not so sensitive. You're going to be a lot more grounded, and maybe this whole thing is about balancing your energy. Or maybe this whole thing is something that you won't even understand until you get to the other side. Who the frack knows? So, overall advice. They're saying you need to trust your inner wisdom. I feel like that's why I'm not getting anything like, you need to do this actual specific thing for the next step. They're saying, like, you need to find this within yourself. Trust yourself and your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. It doesn't matter, remember, it doesn't matter what step you take. It just matters that you take a step. And they're reminding you, they're like, guess what? There's a season in life for everything. This wheel is going to turn, and these opportunities are going to come in here. So beautiful, beautiful energy that's coming through for you in this reading. You know what? Let's pull something from my personal deck as a final message for you. I made this deck. I don't show it very much because I'm always talking about like all my like little tics on this channel because I'm interacting with you guys so much. I feel like you need an explanation. But yeah, I have dyslexia, and so I have like super slappy handwriting. Like I mess up all the time on stuff. But this deck is legit. Like it doesn't lie. And so I'm gonna pull a card for you and see if this helps. Just last message that you need to hear. Oh wow. They're saying, stop and take a few deep breaths. You got the pigeon card. If you want to Google the spirit animal pigeon or animal totem pigeon, maybe that will, or dove, maybe that will help you with some more information for where you're at right now. But this card says, pigeon can teach us how to find our way back to the security of home. It can help you to remember and find the love of home that was lost. How beautiful. So it's a sign to return to your home, to your foundations, to go within and draw upon loving energies. Go to nature. Stop trying so hard, relax. Don't try so hard to control everything and all doors will open. The most chaos happens right before your dreams come true. What you are seeing right now is reality shifting in ways that are incomprehensible, and what you are looking for is right around the corner. Ooh, that's a really cool message to end with. So I hope that this reading resonates with you. Sending you love and light. Peace out.